Hello there everybody, and welcome to this feature presentation on YouTube. I am King Mac, your hamburger pal. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to enjoy a hot fresh cheeseburger along with some delicious golden french fries, a tasty milkshake, and a nice soft drink. Also be sure to grab some hot buttery popcorn while you're at it as you enjoy this episode of TTBurger Game Reviews on YouTube.
Hello my friends! How y'all doing today? You ready for some more game reviews, eh? More TTBurger game reviews? Well, you come to the right place. I am your host, Tony, bringing you more TTBurger game reviews, and we have another multi-part review today, episode 255, and episode 255, part 1 of 4 parts. Before I get started here, I want to give a shout out to Free Green HD, Sub-Zero, MNX for King Mac, along with the Hyperlamnia, Prickles Go Stateside, Griffin Puff, Meg, and Black Healer, and also I want to give a shout out to the homie RJ, Red Hood Assassin, Uncle Jira, Rockstar Pool 69, The Sensational Gent, and more and more and more. And for today's episode, we're going to be talking about a franchise made by the company Naughty Dog. Now, those of you who grew up with Naughty Dog in the 90s that know that they were mainly responsible for games like the Crash Bandicoot franchise, which is still somewhat strong to this day, even though when after they lost the license and everything, they kind of went downhill. But they're kind of going back up a little bit there, and I hope one day they'll get the license back doing some more exciting Crash Bandicoot games. But we're not really talking about the franchise though. We're talking about the franchise where you play as that treasure hunter who is a descendant to Sir Francis Drake, starring Nathan Drake himself. We got the Uncharted franchise here, to be in 4 parts. And part 1, we're gonna go to 2007, after look at Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Then to 2009 for Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. And then to the year 2011, where we're gonna take a look at Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. And then to 2016, we're gonna look at Uncharted 4, Thieves End. Now I know there was Uncharted Golden Abyss and Last Odyssey and stuff on PlayStation Portable and stuff, and also the Uncharted The Lost Legacy and stuff on which is like expansion PlayStation 4 and stuff, and Uncharted Golden Abyss and Uncharted The Lost Legacy I'm not covering because Golden Abyss is a prequel spin-off which is only on PlayStation Vita and I don't have that, and Uncharted The Lost Legacy is the expansion of the 4th game and I didn't think I needed that. We have a lot to talk about here. Let's just start with talking about the original Uncharted Drake's Fortune for the PlayStation 3, released on November 16, 2007, and then released on November 18, 2016 on the PlayStation 4 as a part of the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. But the PlayStation 3 version is the only version I have. I don't collect HD remasters and stuff, unless it's like Yakuza or so. Uncharted Drake's Fortune was definitely one of those games that you had to play when it came out. It was very memorable. Getting this game in Christmas of 2007 when I got my PlayStation 3, I was amazed. I was looking for a new game like Tomb Raider where you explore ruins and lush jungles and with a new character and more, and we got that with Uncharted Drake's Fortune, where we also got one of the most popular iconic characters of Sony's mascots, Nathan Drake, voiced by Nolan North. We have a fantastic memorable game for the PlayStation 3, and the start of a great franchise with more to come. But we gotta continue here. The story of Uncharted Drake's Fortune stars treasure hunter Nathan Drake, an ancestor of the famous explorer Sir Francis Drake. We start off as we see Nathan Drake on a boat with reporter Elena Fisher, portrayed by Emily Rose. Nathan has uncovered the coffin of Sir Francis Drake, which holds his diary, which is in the location to El-Dorado. Then pirates attack Nathan Drake's ship and they destroy it, but Nathan and Elena are rescued by Nate's friend and mentor, Victor Sully Sullivan, portrayed by Mitchell McGonigal, in his small seaplane. Nate and Sully learn about El-Dorado and what Sir Francis Drake did on his journey and more, and their goal is to find what Sir Francis Drake did, and with Elena Fisher come for the ride. Upon arrival, they realize El-Dorado was not a city, but a golden idol. When Sully and Nate discover an old U-boat, they are cornered by mercenary and criminals Gabriel Roman and Lieutenant Atog Navarro after El-Dorado in hopes of gaining the sum they deserve and more. There's more to the story, but I will not spoil it because there's a lot to it, and if I keep going, I'm pretty sure going to spoil it for everybody. I don't want to do that. The story is great because the characters are very memorable, and they feel like characters in a blockbuster action movie, and it's similar to Metal Gear Solid. The story is so good you'll forget you're playing a game. You'll feel like you're in theaters watching movies, so get the popcorn ready. Well, while you're playing the game, of course, like that, but yeah. But I have one complaint that in the beginning, the characters are somewhat unlikable at first, in the beginning of the game. Like example, Nathan Drake comes off as an asshole in the beginning and gets himself in trouble at times. Elena Fisher is a damsel in distress in the beginning who acts like she's more concerned about getting the big stupid story than what's actually legally going on around her. And then Victor Soy7, who is Nathan's mentor, comes off as Mr. Know-It-All and cocky at the same time. It's like the bullet magnet and stuff. But the story is great though overall. Uncharted Drake's Fortune's graphics, they're great, but compared to the sequels, the graphics have not aged that well and look dated and compared to the other games. The character models look fantastic and almost realistic too. They have superb facial animations and they move very lifelike with motion capture, and they have detail in their faces and arms and more. The frame rate is solid, a couple slowdowns but not much. The environments are very lush jungle-like and a lot of detail. They're awesome. The foliage looks realistic and it fits the jungle setting better than ever. And the ruins, and tons of ruins, almost like you're there in the Panamanian El-Dorado ruins and caves and temples and more and more and more. The water is some of the most realistic in a video game. When Nate gets wet, the wetness on his clothes show for a bit before it dries up, adding realism to it. The environments have objects in them that you can break or explode or catch fire, and lots of cool ass gameplay elements to it. The cutscenes look fantastic. They take advantage of PlayStation 3's hardware at the time and it's considered cutting edge. The only problem with the graphics is that while the environments are lush and realistic looking, there are only one type of environments: jungles and ruins and caves and stuff like that. This is not bad, but it feels lacking compared to the sequels. Uncharted Drake's Fortune's sound is also excellent. Excellent top-notch voice acting. The actors do an amazing job, like you are in a Hollywood movie for the PlayStation 3. Nolan North, Emily Rose, and Richard McGoggin all do an excellent job at portraying the main characters. Supporting characters are good, but some of them ham it up a little too much, but they could be better, but could be worse, so it's not that big of an issue. I love the music, some of the best music ever in a video game. It's very adventure sounding, like something from Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones, and the main theme is amazing. There's not much music because it's basically ambient sounds, but what you hear in the game is pretty good. The ambient background sounds are lush and jungle-like and sound amazing, and the weapon sound effects are good, nothing to complain about there. Uncharted Drake's Fortune's gameplay is amazing and fun, but we have some problems that do affect the score, but I'll get to that later. We have an action-adventure game where you play as Nathan Drake, where your goal in order to complete the game is you must solve puzzles, kill the bad guys, survive, and just like complete his quest, and then there you go. Uncharted Drake's Fortune plays a lot like Tomb Raider in a more modern gameplay style, with great controls with using the analog sticks to move and turn, and the face buttons jump, take cover, melee, and the shoulder buttons is for your gun and weapon stuff. Weapons doesn't want it may mean only 2 weapons plus grenades. Here it works because this is a treasure hunter. He's only gonna have room for like 2 weapons like that. He's not like a soldier or anything like that or something like that. In a first-person shooter, a class one I mean. You have a variety of weapons from pistols, magnums, Uzis, shotguns, rifles, grenade launchers, bazookas, and more. I always tend to stay with the shotguns because they're super strong for the most part and more. The puzzles require a lot of thinking on your feet on what to do, and if you get stuck, just look at the journal. Or it'll drop hints every now and then. There are vehicle segments here, I'll say that much, and there's a lot of cool places to explore. There are quick time events and they work here on like Resident Evil 5 and the new Tomb Raider games like Homecoming and such. Here they work exactly when they're supposed to work, and they do. You also have hidden treasures to find. You can unlock some cool ass surprises like cheat codes and more. Melee combat is great, a lot of cool ass combo moves to take out the enemies, and a lot of people compare it to Tomb Raider, and yeah, it has similarities, but it's not a copy and paste of Tomb Raider. Uncharted is its own game. People can say Tomb Raider rip off all they want, but it's not that at all. It's a pretty decent length in the game. You can beat it in like 8 hours or so. It's a fun game, Uncharted's Fortune, but we got the dislikes and the negatives here. The gunplay is frustrating. The opponent can be very aggressive at difficult times. If there's one thing that hasn't aged the best from this game, it's the gunplay. It's very choppy and stiff. The environments are huge, which is a plus, but they're so huge you can sometimes get lost. The puzzles have a difficulty balance. Sometimes you get confused on what to do next. Like sometimes they'll be like, oh, that's it, but sometimes you can like drop a bomb and go spike up. The vehicle segments are overly difficult for no reason whatsoever, especially when you're on the jet ski trying to shoot the gun and stuff. It's hard to focus. To aim your grenade, it uses a 6-axis tilt control, which does not work best in this game. The graphics have not aged all that well, even the PlayStation 4 HD remaster with the Nathan Drake collection. Not big variety in environments, and the characters are unlikable in the beginning. That's all it's supposed to have it though. Final thoughts: if you want an adventure-like game where that's like a modern Tomb Raider, Uncharted Drake's Fortune is the way to go for sure. It's better than the modern Tomb Raider games. I give it an 8.5 out of 10 because of the problems I had with it, but it's a game that should not be overlooked if you want a Tomb Raider like Indiana Jones like game with a new character. And that's it for episode 255, part 1 of 4. Stay tuned for part 2. We're going to take a look at the sequel, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, starring once again Nathan Drake as he goes to the Himalayas, and more and more and more. How does this game compare from the predecessor? To find out next, which all I gotta say, you know what to do, hit that subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below, and join my Discord group, TTBurger Games United, along with my Facebook, TTBurger Games Group, along with the Facebook page, TTBurger88, and click on the links that are in the description below. If you ever have a request, just comment and I'll get to your request as soon as I can. Which all I gotta say is Tony, peace and out, have a great day, see you on my review of Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Take care, everybody.
She gon' stay obsessive. Life is so expensive. Do everything excessive. I think my brain's defective.